Hello there, this is Unrivaled Skyrim, bringing you another Rome Total War Online multiplayer battle. This is a 20k battle fought on the Thracian foothills. I am playing as the rebels, and my opponent is using the Thracians. This was an arranged battle. I met someone on YouTube, and his YouTube channel, or his YouTube name is Justin Latimer, and I'll post a link in the description to his channel, and he does Rome Total War commentaries, and he does medieval commentaries as well, so be sure to check him out too. He's a really good commentator as well. I saw a couple of his videos on YouTube, and I decided to message him so I can so we can fight a battle against ourselves, and I was very pleased by this battle, and we fought another one, but I didn't record it, or I didn't save it, but that was a good one as well. But this one kind of has a theme to it. I kind of noticed that he plays as Thrace a lot, and I decided, well, I kind of want to be Thrace at the same time as well, but in order to do that I would have to use the rebels, and so it kind of looked like a Thracian civil war. So I had these Bastarnae mercenaries, which is a little bit different from the actual Bastarnaes in the Thracian faction. The only main difference between the regular Bastarnae and the mercenaries is the mercenaries can use war cry, while the regular Bastarnaes cannot, which gives them a slight advantage in melee combat. They can outlast a little bit longer, not too much though. They still have around, I think, the same base stats, but yeah, we're fighting for this main hill right here, and my plan, or my strategy in this game, was to not necessarily win the infantry battle, but to try to win the missile duel and the cavalry battle. And so we're kind of skirmishing right here, and I want to win the cavalry battle as quickly as possible, so I'm going to try to meet his militia cav as fast as possible with my Greek cav. Right there I get a downhill charge, but they're scared away by the sheer numbers of all his men, so they run away. Meanwhile, all my archer warbands are lighting all his troops up. His phalanx pikemen are just getting torn to shreds. Look at this. Yeah, those poor phalanx pike, and now they're turning their backs, so it's going to be even worse. But and right here I activated some of my hiding barbarian cav, and I caught his Greek cavalry over here totally by surprise, and they're gonna get totally walloped over here. They're gonna rout immediately. In the meanwhile, I'm trying to bait his other cavalry component to engaging my guys, because I want to defeat his cavalry as soon as possible so I can have the edge and maneuverability. Here's my general right there. But I try to wheel my barbarian cavalry around, but he turns around with his general's armored bodyguard, and he meets them. Meanwhile, I did manage to get cavalry to engage my men. They rout, but over here he manages to defeat my barbarians over here. This is cool looking Greek style looking general. Looks very posh. But over here, this is bad for me, because he's caught my men in a downward slope, so they have an unfavorable positioning, and plus they're getting outmanned. And right here I managed to maneuver my guys through his line and attack his archers, but soon I'm going to have them try to attack his Bastarnes and a pincer's movement, but it's going to be too little, too late. I'm trying to get a rear charge in this mass of phalanx pikemen. And over here, now my Bastarne mercenaries are trying to fend off these somewhat depleted, well, this really depleted phalanx pikeman unit. Here I activated my warbands who were hiding in this forest, and it's going to catch his Greek cavalry. And also his generals trying to attack my warbands, and this Greek unit of Greek cavalry is routed. And now I'm going to finally succeed in catching his general with my own. So let's watch this cool duel, and my general supported by these spear-wielding warbands. I don't. Of course, at the same time, he's managed to rout pretty much all of my infantry. But let's go back to this fight, because this is pretty much a pretty decisive moment, at least for the morale of this whole entire army. Let's see. These are our two generals duking it out one-on-one, pretty much. Well, I won't say one-on-one, but his general goes down.
The enemy general is killed.
In a glorious
Fear makes a home in our enemy's hearts.
Now I think I've totally destroyed. Well, I think there is one unit of Greek cavalry left, but they're really depleted. Okay, there's two units. Oh, that's a militia calf. So, for the most part, his infantry is pretty much intact, but his cavalry is pretty much gone, and his archers are healthy. But at the beginning of the battle, I brought one more unit of archer warband, so I still have, even after the first initial fighting phase, I still have a pretty respectable amount of archer warbands. Right here, it's going to try to charge my archer warbands with his militia cav and his Greek cavalry, but they're so depleted that they instantly rout. And right here, I'm trying to destroy all the remnants of his cavalry, because my game plan was to destroy his archers and defeat his cavalry, not so much his infantry. And I did neglect my own Bastarne mercenaries. Before they should have engaged the infantry, I should have marched them right along this crest, because he had his guys positioned pretty much across this line right here. But I should have moved my guys right here, so they would have at least had a somewhat better hill advantage. But oh well. Right here, his phalanx pikemen are engaging my warbands. And over here, I'm going to try to get a hammer and anvil strike. But he manages to somewhat turn around, well, to rout my own horses. Right here, I get a pretty decent hammer and anvil charge. And a whole bunch of his units stopped routing, so I had to be wary against those units as well. There's my general right there, perched on the hill. Here I'm going to get another hammer and anvil strike in that unit. This time it routs it. But his combined forces up here are tearing up this one warband unit. So overall, right now it's still anyone's game. I just have to make sure I destroy, or at least defeat his archers right now, because he has enough infantry to withstand all my missile units and my cavalry. Is this thing still working? So I'm trying. I was able to rout all these units that had came back from routing. And now he's just down to these few units of Bastarne and Phalanx pikemen. So now it is looking in my favor, because now I can slowly but surely whittle him down with all my archers, which still have enough ammunition to do an insurmountable amount of damage to his few remaining troops. Now they're getting rear shots on his men as we speak, as I'm speaking. I was able to rout this lone unit Bastarne, so that was pretty good. Pretty good for me. But yeah, one thing I definitely regret about this battle is leaving all my Bastarne mercenaries down here. And what he did was line his phalanx troops pretty much right here, and I could have easily maneuvered my guys to this height advantage right here. But I don't know. Like I said, I was more focused on the missile and cavalry fights than I cared about my infantry. But still, I still neglected them too much, and this is what happens when you neglect your troops. They're going to be taking a really long naps on the ground. Poor guys. But now I'm slowly but surely surrounding his troops. And I still have one relatively healthy unit of infantry, although it's not upgraded. And it's just a warband, but still. And he's going to go for an all or nothing charge right here, but his guys are so exhausted and so depleted that they're just going to start routing even before they engage. Oh, those Bastarne still charging, bless their hearts. And my guys are trying to do their war cry. And I'm going to get a rear charge right here.
By the decree of fate, perhaps, but victory all the same.
And that was a close victory. I like to say good game to my opponent, Justin Latimer. If you're interested, you should definitely give his channel a try. He has quite a number of Rome Total War and Medieval 2 Total War videos, and he's an overall nice guy. I enjoyed both the battles that I played with him. I played this battle and another one where he used the Germans and I had used the Greek city-states, and that was a good battle as well. And I'd like to thank everyone for watching, and please like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you later. Go Gators.